Oh. Shall we share my screen? Okay. So yesterday I gave a task on this procs or proc means proc flex, right? Give me all the distinct unique values of age from the SAT help class dataset. Okay. Did everyone done? Everyone send their mails? Sir.
I tried Sudarshan, but by using proc means I did get that, but proc sort and proc frequency, I did the code.
Okay. Nisha, don't send me like this. I can't copyright. Nisha, save your code like this and send me. Okay. So save code like this and send me. Are you there, Nisha? Hello. Okay. Fine. Okay, what about others? Ashok, Sadhvi, Swati.
Yesterday I couldn't try, sir, but today morning I tried that. I'm not getting only sort I have done that.
Okay. Ram,
No, sir, I did not try it. Actually, I was busy. I'll do it.
Vandit, Swati.
Yes, Sudarshan. I only finished reviewing yesterday's lecture before we started this class, so I didn't have time to finish the task.
Okay. So try to do the task. Okay, everyone, please spend some time. Do every task. Okay. Practice daily, minimum daily 1 to 2 hours of sleep in the day one, right? Daily you have to practice. Okay. So come to the task. So what is the task I gave? Give me all the distinct values of each from the SAS class. So as the different methods, we can do it this one using proc sort. Proc sort SAS class to data set is key page. Okay, perfect. This is using proc sort. Okay, there are 19 observations read from SAS class data set. 13 observations, the duplicates are deleted. The remaining are unique values of age. You keep only age variable, so only age variable will get. Okay. So this is fine. This is the output I was expecting. I need output data set should contains only age variable. Only these observations supposed to be there. Okay. So using proc set, you can do it using no key. You can remove the duplicates. So you get a unique values of age. Okay. This is absolutely correct. Okay. Next. Either using proc means or proc summary. I think she's not tried using proc means and proc summary. Next is proc frec. Okay, proc frec. Proc frec data is equals as cell table says out class 1 keep only age variable. Okay. So this is also fine. Semicolon is missing. So a table age means okay. My program ran successfully. See, class 1 data set is created. So generally, when you use a proc frec, it will give the frequency. It will give the 4 statistics: frequency, percentage, cumulative frequency, cumulative percentage. But all these details not required. I need only age values alone. So that's the reason she kept only age variable. She will get only age values, unique values of age. Okay. Using proc frec, we can do it like this. Okay. Proc frec was fine. Okay. Would it Manasa? Okay. Fine, Manasa.
Yeah, Sudarshan.
Next. Deepa. Okay. You dropped all the variables, then you used it sorting. Okay. So this is fine. You got a unique values of age. Why you write so many things in a drop statement? If you have 100 variables, you write 100 variables. There are 100 variables are there, only one variable I need to keep. Remaining 99 variables I need to drop. Instead of dropping all the 99 variables, can I keep only one variable? Deepak? It's easy, right? Super easy. Why you unnecessary? You'll get the same output only. Okay. So keep the variable or drop, both will meaning will be the same only, but do it more. Okay. And this step also was not required. I was directly you can do it. They was mentioning right, directly you can take it input, remove the duplicates on age variable, keep only age variable. Directly in one step you can do it. Whatever was tried was correct, but I was telling improving, you can improve your task skills like this. Okay, you can minimize your code more effectively, you can write the code. Okay. Fine, Deepa. What about other methods? You want to understand? Here's the mic. Okay. Fine, Deepa. Next. Balaji. Up to where it is first one? Up to here. Your method 1 is up to where, Balaji? Which one is method 1? Which one is method 2? Method 3? Balaji, are you there? You're on mute.
Recording in progress.
Hello? Can you speak, Balaji? Mic is not working. Okay, which is the task one? Which is the method one, method two? Which is method three? I think up to here method one. Okay, you got a unique values of h. So I think this is a method one. Using procs. Okay. Then what is this again? You already got output, right? Why you're sorting and why you're doing summary? You're already unique values of age is there. I didn't get this portion. So already your sum to data set is you have unique values of age. Now same data set you are taking and you are applying the proc summary. Then what is that meaning? Hmm? There's no meaning here, right? Just simply will try. No, if you try from your end, you don't send to me, okay? I need only final output data set. Final program only. Whatever you tried, simply don't. What is the meaning of simply try? After using proc, you try something. That's okay. This is okay. Your biology 3 data set should contain unique values of age. Okay. Fine. Proc correct method was fine and proc sort method was fine. Next, Mehboob. Why use a drop statement? Why not use a keep statement, Balaji? Sorry, Mehboob. That's okay, but why? You got some errors. Did you run the code? Give me this. Last 3. Unique value set. So you have to sort the data. You have to know. It's not node keys, the node key only. Anyway, SAS was understood that one and it is giving the correct output. The general meaning is node key only, it's not keys. Okay, keyword is node key only. Next, using proc summary. Okay. Okay. This is also fine. So use only by statement. And if you use a by statement, only that age variable will be. By is a classification variable. When you haven't used any var statement and class statement. So if you haven't used anything, it won't give statistics for any variable. So only by variables will be available, and same thing to keep only age. Okay, fine. So break. Okay. Good, Balaji. Sorry, it's not good.
Thank you, sir.
3 are fine. So hope everyone is clear, right? Proc short method and proc break. Proc means he did it in a multiple steps. Okay. I'll tell you in a single step. Okay. Proc means, okay, data is equal to your input data set is SACS and blood class. Okay. So if you mention var statement in a variable, for that variable you will get a statistics. If you mention anything in a class statement, it will give the classification. Okay. An output statement, you can create output data. For example, class underscore name is my output data. Now here my intention is not to find any statistics. So I'm not using var statement as of now. Now run the loop. Okay. There are 35 observations, 6 variables are there. Okay. So we haven't mentioned anything var statement. So by default, it's giving the statistics for all the numeric variable. Now I don't want all these values. I need only age variable. That too in this age variable, unique values I need. Okay. So for that one, what I have to use? How can I bring only these observations? The observe carefully. Type 0, type 1, both the values I'm getting. I need only type 0, type 1 values alone. Type 0 not required. Can I use the NV option here? NV option will give the only type 1 maximum type values as an output. Okay. Now all these variables are not required. I need only this variable alone. Can I keep only age variable? Keep age. Okay. I keep only age. Here there are different only age values are there, but you are getting the repeated value. Here I need only unique values. To get the unique values in the proc means we have an option called n equal to. If we use n equal to, unique n values will come. See? Okay, you can do it like this, or else simply also you tried using by statement. Okay, using by statement also you can do it. And a by statement also will get a variable, and a classification statement when you use a, we're getting the variable, right? Similarly, instead of classification statement, class statement, use a by statement. By statement also will use it. Okay, proc means or proc summary, whichever you use, both will correct. Okay. But here you have to sort your input data set. That's the important thing. So sort data is equal to SAS cell dot class out equal to class by age. First sort your input data set by age, then use that. Okay. What unique values of age? So using proc means or proc summary, in the both the ways you can do it. Okay. Either use class statement or else either use by statement. Anything. Okay. Both will get the same output. Either use proc means or proc summary. Anything was fine. Okay, clear everyone?
Sir, could you please how to change it into that format, sir? Like that send date format.
No, I didn't get you. What is the format?
You said that when the tasks are sending to you by giving mail, you said that to send in a data set format only, na?
Program, in a program format.
Like that, could you please explain one time, sir? How can we can?
What is there? Let's say you write some code here. You practice will code, right? For example, you write some program. What you will do, you daily will save your code. You won't save your code. So click the save button. You have to save your code. For example, you might have a with your name, you save your code. Okay, it will be available here. See my book.
Yes, sir.
Same, go to mail. For example, click on attachment.
Okay.
Search here. Just attach here and send.
Okay, sir.
Next. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Fine then. So let's see the other methods also. So 3 methods are clear, right, everyone? Proc sort using proc means or proc summary, or else using proc.
Sudarshan, I have a doubt here.
Here. Okay.
So in method 2, why we are not using that? You deleted the where age, right? So if I keep that where age means, will the
That's
output
also
will be
not present
different?
available. No, that is another problem. Because my intention is not to calculate any statistics.
Uh-huh.
So you will get this error warning. Variable age is already exists on a file. Duplicate values will be. Means and a classification statement you are mentioning where, and a where statement also you are mentioning age. Both you are mentioning age variable, right?
Yes.
So it will give you statistics or it will give the classification. Any
Okay. So when we write a program, so we have to give only one where or class like that, right? So
No,
if
we can
age,
use both where and class. You use both, but different
But we have
variables should be used.
different variables. So for same variable, we cannot use
For
that
example,
two
where you can write
statements.
sex, okay,
Yeah, then it is good, right?
but again, sex is a character variable.
Uh-huh.
Write some numeric variables. Because proc means will give statistics only for a numeric variables, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It's not giving anything. You'll get the same output. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay, fine. See the method 4 and method 5. Method 4 anyway we're going to discuss a separate chapter. As of now, I'll do the code alone. Proc SQL, create a table. Okay, how to create a table? For example, class underscore SQL and table. Select. I need a unique value set. There's a keyword called distinct is there. Distinct age from where from my SAS in that class that is it and quit. Okay. Okay. We are getting unique values of age. So this is using proc SQL. We are going to discuss a separate chapter in the next class. So there we'll discuss in detail how to write this SQL query. Okay. How to write a create statement, select statement, from statement. In detail, we'll discuss there. Then if you do this task, you can understand easily. Okay. That's the reason I'm not explaining in detail this method now. Okay. Later I'll explain. See the first dot and last dot. So this concept was important. I'll explain this concept now. What is first dot and last dot? Okay. For example, if taking any data set, there are two variables here, variable 1 and variable 2. Okay. You have values like this. You have observations like this. A20, A30, B2, B5, A40, A60, C20, C20. These are your data set. Okay. So what is this first dot and last dot? This first dot and last dot will be created when you sort any input data set. Remember, when you sort input data set on a by variable, these first dot on and last dot created on that by variable. Okay, when you sort it only. For example, I'm sorting this data set. Let us assume proc sort data is equal to DS1. I'm sorting by variable 1. I'm sorting by variables. So when you sort by variable 1, what is the output I'm going to get? Tell me. How the output will come? A20, A20, A30, all A's will come together. A30, A60, again B2, B5, and C222. Okay, when you sort and by, when you sort your input data set and where one variable, your outputs are coming like this. Okay, now This first dot and last dot will be created now. How it will be created? Okay. So here first dot meaning. Now you are sorted on a variable 1, right? In a variable 1, what are the unique values are there? What are the unique values here? You have A, B, C. These are the unique observations. Now for each unique observation, it will treat the first dot and last dot. Okay. For each unique observation, it will mark the first dot. Like each unique observation, what the first observation is the first dot. Last observation is nothing but last dot. So here if you have 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 5, first one is the first dot, last observation treated as the last dot. Okay. So under the B, okay, for a B, this is the first observation. So this is the first dot. This is the last dot. You have only 2 observations. If you have only 1 observation, both first dot and last dot will be same. It is going to mark like this. Why it will be useful? For example, if you have a requirement, I need only specific observation in my output data set. For example, I need only these observations. For each unique values, I need only these observations in my output data set. Let us assume only first dot observations are required in my output data set. Okay, or else only last observations if you are required. I need these observations in my output data. So it depends on require. You will get a requirement like that. Okay, I have a list of observation. In those, all firsts are required, all the last are required. That time we'll use this first dot and last dot concept. Okay. How can I get all the firsts here? How can I do it programmatically? See, to get all the first observations like this. So over here, DS1 is an input, DS2 is my input data set, DS1 is the input data set. So you are sorted by your variable 1, right? So you have to use the same variable and a by statement here also. And you have to write a code if I need only first dot observation. So if first dot variable 1 equal to 1 means wherever the first dot observations are there, if this condition was satisfied, those observations I need separately, then output. Okay, so all these observations will come into the output data set. If instead of first dot, if you use last dot, you get all the last dot observations separately. So these observations will come into the output data set. Clear? Understand? Everyone? Clear? When you come to our task, okay, what is the task I gave? Okay, I need a unique values of age, right? Okay. First, I'm sorting my input data set. Okay. Proc data equal to sample dot plus out is equal to plus. Okay. By age, I'm sorting. So when you sort by age, what's going to happen? An age variable, it will be created the first data and last data. Correct? So for each unique values of age, it will create the first dot and last dot. For example, age 11 is there. So it will treat this first observation as the first dot, and this one it will treat as a Thomas, it's going to treat as a last dot. Correct? Similarly, in the James, for example, age 12, there are 5 observations are there. In those, third observation, this one it will treat as the first dot, this one is going to treat it as the last dot. Do you want to check? Is it really treating like that? See here. Class 1 data set I'm creating. Set class data set. So by age variable. If I take if first dot age equal to 1, then out. And only those observations will come separate. If we take last dot, only last dot observations will come. See? Class 1 data set and class 2 data set. This is your input address, right? See, observe carefully. First dot means what are the names will come here? Can anyone tell me? For age 11, what is the first dot? Joyce. This observation coming separately. For age 12, what is the first dot? James. It's coming separately. For age 13, what is the first dot? Alia. Age 14, Alfred. Age 15, Janet. Age 16, Phillips. For each unique values of age, the first dot is created correctly. Same way, for each unique value for age, last dot also was created. See, for age 11, what the last observation is Thomas. See, Thomas coming separately. For age 12, there are so many there are 5 age 12s are there. That exactly last one is coming correctly. See, Robert. Age 13, Jeffrey. Age 14, Judy. Age 15, William. Age 16, Phillips.
But
Clear?
in, sir, this, so but in a first dot and last dot, Phillips is repeating, sir.
Because you have only one observation, right? If you have only one observation, the same thing it is going to be first dot and last dot. Okay, this is the here also was mentioned, right? C to 25. It's going to be become first dot, and this is also going to be last dot. Okay, it will repeat. Okay. So whenever you have a situations like this, okay, when you want any observation from your output data set, first dot observations are like, there are so many scenarios will come definitely in real time also when you start working. Okay, when you start clinical SaaS projects also, you will get to these situations. That time you can use this first dot and last dot concept. Okay, now let us take our scenario only. What is our requirement? My requirement is unique values of age. See, if I take first dot, I got all the unique values of age here. If you take last dot also, you got a unique values of age. Just to what you will do, if you only age variable, that's it. You will get your output requirement. Simple. Either use the first dot or use the last dot, anything. You will get the output. See, you got unique values of age.
You have given one, sir. If first dot is equal to first dot age is equal to 1.
No, what is the meaning of age equal to 1 means the condition was satisfied.
Okay.
You can also write it like this also. Simply write if first dot age. Wherever the first dot age values, bring those observations to the output data set.
Okay.
So this also you can write it. If statements, I can write it in multiple ways, right? Then output. Okay, then output, write a data set name. Right? Always output statement, read it to output data set. No need to write output statement also. The condition is true, we'll go to output of the data set. This thing we already discussed. when we're discussing the if-else statement topic. Okay. When you're using an output statement, you can write it in 3 ways. Okay, clear everyone? This first data and last data. Any doubts? Very important. Please practice everyone. Definitely will use in real life this concept. Because if you have situation where you have a lot of observation to bring the specific observations to output data set. So this is one of the method you can use. Okay. So that's it for tasks. So let me add this code also in the code notes. No doubts? Shall we move to the next? So we are left with one procedure called proc report. Okay. So we'll discuss this today and okay. See the proc report use it to generate the report. Straightforward. Okay. So in the proc report, the syntax is only important. Okay. Proc report will definitely will use in clinical SAS to generate the final reports. Finally submitting your, if you're going to submit any final reports to the any FDA or any clinical thing, the final reports will usually prepared from the proc report. Okay, because that's the reason proc report is very important. See the syntax proc report data, you have to mention the data set name. Okay, if you have any options, you can use the options. On a column statement, okay, so in a column statement, you have to mention the variables list or a column specifications. Mainly, you have to mention the variables names. Means, for example, in your input data set, there are 10 variables are there. All the 10 variables are not required in your output report. For example, you need only 5 variables in your output report. Okay. On a column statement, which variables will mention, those variables only will come in the output report. So for example, if you have 10 variables, you need only 5 variables in your output report. Then you mention those 5 variables only on a column statement. Okay, so those variables only will come in the output report. That is column statement. Next, define column. Define column is nothing but define each variable. There are, for example, 5 variables are mentioning. You can define the each variable. Defining is nothing but how you want to print that variable or that column in your output report. Okay, we have different slash. You have to give some options here. Okay, usages and attributes, something will be there. Okay, how you want to print that particular column in your output report. So we are going to discuss going forward some options, some usages, some attributes will be there. If you use those things, that particular column, the way of printing in the output report, it will be changed. There are different options we are going to discuss, the display option, order option, okay, sum options, okay, across options. So in detail, each option we are going to discuss going forward. Okay, next, compute statement. Compute statement useful to create a new column. Compute column and end compute. Okay. Compute statement will create a new column. New column is new variable. Means we are directly creating a new column in the output report, not in the data set. Even though if it is not available in the data set, directly in the output report itself, we are creating. Okay. Compute, mention what is the column you want to create. Write some statements. So based on the statements, you will create that column. So that column is going to be printed in the output report. So for example, in your input data set, there are 5 variables are there. Okay, you're taking the data set as input. But in your output report, along with 5 variables, one extra column, one extra variable, you are required in the output report, not in the data set. That time, so use a compute statement, you can directly create and you can directly display the output. Okay, clear? Column statement used to mention the what is the columns or variables are required in the output report. Define statement used to defining the each variable, how you want to print in your output report, how you want to generate that column in your output report. You can define it using any define statement. So you have to define each variable every time. Okay. Compute statement useful to compute used to create a new columns in the output report. Okay. So let us work out an example. This is my input data set. So observe this input data set. I have only 2 variables. One is text variable, another is volume variable. If you observe the text variable, you have repeated observations as that FFO, BAR, BAZ. If you observe volume variable, you have some missing values also there. Understand how the data set was there now, everyone? Now on this data set only we are going to work. Okay. Let's see. In simple proc report I'm writing. Proc report data set name. I'm not using any statements. Any column statements, define statements, and compute statements. I'm not using anything. Just write a proc report. If we write simply like this, it's like a proc print only, right? If you print the data set, how it will come? Same way. You just print the data set as it is. However, the data set is there, it will print it. Generally, if you use a proc print, you will get observation column also. But I'm not getting now. That's only difference. Do you remember? When you use a proc print also with a no observation column. No observation. If you use no observation option, that observation column also will go. It will also printed in the same way. So how you printed using proc report? Okay. Using proc print also you can do. So up to here only it will be same. Your proc print, if you use a proc print or if you use a proc report, you will get a same output. But if you want to modify more this report, output report, okay, instead of proc print in a proc report only, you are going to have more number of options. Okay, let's see what are the options we have in a proc report in detail. Okay, I'm generating the proc report. I'm subsetting the var state using var statement, where value greater than 20. So wherever the value greater than 20, those observations only I need my output report. See, wherever the value greater than 20, only those observations are coming in the output report. You can use a var statement in the procedure. Why I haven't used if statement? If value greater than 20, can I use?
If is applicable in only data set, sir.
If will only work in a data set, it won't work in a proc. Correct. Okay, you will get an error. Next, see this
Yeah, that
example.
means it will work on output. Sir.
Yeah, correct one. Okay, where will work on input data set? If will work on an output data set. If will work will while reading the data set. Sorry, while writing into the output data set. Where will work while reading from the input data set. Okay. See the next problem. So this is the perfect example for the given syntax. So on a column statement, see first proc report, data set name, I'm subsetting the values where value greater than 20, those observations only enough. Okay. See here, on a column statement, I was mentioning which columns are required in my output report. So here, input data set, you have only two columns, text and value. Text and value. There are only two columns you have. New column I am creating, value square. How I am creating, see, using compute statement, value square I am creating. It is not there in input data set. I am creating a well in the report only. So what is the value square values? It is square of your value. Okay, it is square of your value. And income. Okay, and a defined statement. See, I'm defining the each column. See, I'm using option called display. Simple display option simply will display. It won't do much. Okay. So on a column statement, mention the column names which are required in output report. And a defined statement, you have to define the each column like this. So you can give the options here. So going forward, we'll see the different options. The first option is display option. Display simply display only. Okay. Compute statement will create a new column in the output report. See, it's creating a new column in output report. Value underscore square. Okay. It's creating 42 squares, 332 squares, 219 squares, 152 squares. New column is created. It is not there in input data set directly. While you are generating the output report, we generate it. Clear, everyone? Your display option, just straightforward for displaying. Okay, by default also it will display only. Clear? Let's see the more number of options. Instead of display option, see, same input data set I'm taking. On a column state, one second. Let me close. Proc report data set name. In a column statement, I'm mentioning the only two columns. I'm not creating any new column this time. Text and value. So I'm defining the text column as an order, value as a display. So we know what is display option will do. It will only for a display in output report. Then what is the order option will do? Let's see how your report will come in. What happens? So on a text variable, you mentioned the order option, right? What order option will do? So it will group the values and it will make it in the order. See, under BAR, what are the values are there? So it's coming like this. Under BAR, these are the values you have. Missing 7, 153, 22. Under BAZ, you have only 1, 332. Under FFO, you have different values. 42, 18, 21. Okay. So when you use an order option, so your column will be print like this. It will group the values, means all the unique values will come like this. And each unique value, what are the values are there? Your output report will come. Okay. Same grouping, and you can also do it using group option as well. Let me show you that one as well. Here grouping and ordering. Order means in the sequence order it will come. Okay, when you use group option, only group will happen. Okay, let me show you this group option on this input data set. Now let's assume this is my input data set. This input data set have 4 variables. I'm taking a little larger one. Text 1, text 2, text 3, and value. Total 4 variables are there. Observe text 1 variable. What are the observations you have? Here also how you repeatedly observations are there. ABC, 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 ABC. GHI, GHI, GHI. Repeating. ABC and DF, DF and GH. And text 2 column. You have repeated JKL, 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 MNO, MNO, PQR, PQR. In text 3 also EX, UV, WX, YZ. Repeating. Okay. Now on this input data set, I am applying the profit code. Okay. So on a column statement, I am mentioning the column names. And a defined statement, I am defining the each column. So text 1, I am applying the group option. Text 2 also group option. Text 3 also group option. For a volume variable, for a value variable, I am applying analysis option. What analysis I need? I need sum analysis. Okay. So you will get output report. Let's see how the values are coming. On a text 1, okay, on a text 1, you mentioned the group option, right? What group will do? It will group the values like this. Right? ABC, DF, GH. And the text 2 also, you mentioned a group option. So it will group according to the text 1 values. See, under ABC, what are the values you have? ABC, JKL, ABC, MNO, ABC, PQ. Under again, text 3 also is grouped. It's also grouped based on text 1 and text 2. So under ABC, JKL, UV. ABC, MNO, YZ. ABC, PQR, YZ. Right. You can see ABC, PQR. See ABC, PQR, WX, ABC, PQR, YZ. 2 observations are there. See ABC under PQR, you have WX and YZ. What is the value? The total it will give. For example, ABC, JKL, UV 13, ABC, JKL, UV dot, ABC, JKL, UV 86. 86 and 13. 86 plus 13. Total 99. Sum is 99. Because the volume variable we are deriving as we are applying analysis called sum analysis value. So ABC, JKL, UV combination for all the volumes sum it will display. Okay. ABC, MNO, YZ combination. You have only one observation, 15. ABC, PQ or WX combination. It's missing. ABC, PQ or YZ combination. It's 111. Okay, if you have multiple observations, the sum it is displaying. If you have only single observation, only that single observation display.
So you have given some analysis, sir.
Yes. Sum analysis again.
But some, okay.
It is doing the sum, right, for each column. For example, ABC, JKL. What is the value you have? 13. But instead of 13, see, You have different, under ABC, JKL, you have two observations, 13, 86 and missing. 13 plus 86, the total is 99. Okay, if you are not mentioned some unique values would have be displayed. There it is. Okay, not only sum analysis, we can do it the multiple analysis as well. Okay, let me show you different analysis. See, I can do the sum, mean, minimum, maximum, n. Then we'll give the count. Okay. So see the program, column, text 1, text 2, text 3, 3 columns. Volume column alone, I was dividing into multiple columns. Okay, value underscore sum, value underscore average, value underscore minimum, value underscore maximum. Okay, value underscore count. Like this one column, I was split it into multiple columns. And each column I'm defining. Okay, text 1, text 2, text 3, I'm using the group option. See, value underscore sum, I'm doing it. For this column, I need a sum. Value underscore average, I'm using mean option. Minimum analysis, maximum analysis, and analysis. Okay, different analysis I'm doing. And what is this? If we mention in a double quotes, what is going to happen? So this is the label. Okay, whenever instead of variable name, want to print it in output report, instead of variable name, you want to print any label. If you mention in a single quote, so this label will be printed in the output report. So this is very useful in real time. Generally, in a final output report, you never display your variable names. Always you display some labels. Okay. What is in the report? What is the label they want to display? Okay. That label alone is going to be printed in the output report. Yeah. Okay. See, run the program and see. Okay, it's already run the program. See, the labels are printed. Total, average, minimum, maximum, count. Okay. See. ABC, JK, text 1 is grouped, text 2 also grouped, text 3 also grouped. Now volume variable were split into multiple like this. Observe here, ABC, JKL, UV combination. ABC, JKL, UV combination 13 dot and 86. What is the total? 13 plus 86, 99. Average 50 it is. Minimum value, 13 is minimum, 86 is the maximum. Count, number of observations are there? 2. See, ABC, MNO, YZ combination, you have only one observation, 15. ABC, MNO, YZ combination, you have only one observation, 15. That's the reason. See, total is 15, average is 15, minimum 15, maximum 15, because you have only one observation, count is 1. Like this, for each value, it will generate and create a report like this. Okay. Clear? So these many options you have: display option, order option, group option, and an analysis option. Under analysis also, you have different options like this: sum, mean, minimum, maximum, n. And you can also give the labels like this. Okay, clear up to now? One last option I'll show you and I'll close. That is across option. Okay, if you use across, what's going to happen? Text 1 I used group option, text 2 group, text 3 across, value I'm giving analysis only. Okay, so we know what is group, what is analysis. What will happen if I use across? Okay. For text 1, text 2, text 3 volume, I'm giving the labels. Observe here. If anything was mentioned in a single quotes or a double quotes, it's going to be label. Instead of these variable names, these labels will be printed in the output report. See, labels are printed. Text 1, text 2, text 3, total. Okay. Text 1, I used a group option. Text 2, I used a group option. Text 3, I used across option. What will happen in across? See, in a text 3, what are the unique values I have there? UV, WX, YZ, right? So those values acrossly it was printed in the output report. UV, WX, YZ. What is this numbers means? Under JPA, ABC, JKL, UV combinations. How much count? 3. Correct? ABC, JKL, UV combination 13. ABC, JKL, UV combination, JKL, UV combination. How much count? 3. ABC, JKL, WX combination. You have anything? No. That's the reason missing. Missing. Let ABC, J, MNO, YZ combination. Only you have one value. That is ABC, MNO, YZ. You don't have ABC, MNO, UV combination, ABC, MNO, WX combination. That's the reason it's given miss. And yes, this is the total column we are displaying. This total it will be. Clear? This is how across option will work. So if you mention anything for any variable in across, those unique observations across will print like this horizontally. Okay. Clear? That's it. So in a proc report, still you have so many options you have. Okay. There are so many properties, so many features you have in the proc report. We have to use depends on your output requirement. Okay. You can still explore so much in a proc report, but these options are enough for us to generate our report in a clinical sense. Okay. In banking, comparatively less we'll use proc report, but in a clinical sense, we'll use proc report very frequently. Okay. Clear? That's it. That's it for the proc report. Sorry, I took 2 days some extra time. Yeah. Clear? Any doubts, anyone?
So we can use majorly in real time, sir, this one.
Yeah, that too. Then in SDTM, Adam Taylor, the 3 topics will come in clinical size, right? So in a final TLF tables and listings will prepare, final reports will prepare. That time we'll use proc. In SDTM and Adam programming level, we won't use.
Okay, okay.
Final, any reports you are submitting, any PDF document, any Word document you are submitting to the client or customer, they want a reports, and that time we will use this proc.
Okay.
We cannot give a data set to some outside person, right? He may not understand. He need in the form of report. That time report you cannot simply, if you print the proc data set, if you print, okay, he may not understand because data set will contain all the variable names on it. If you give it in the report form, like some labels, if you give some attractively, you can generate a reports and all. Okay, in a proc report you can use some styles, column widths and all, coloring and all, we can do it. Okay. I'll show you later. Use colors and all, how to use and all. Maybe in the next class. Okay. Basically, these options you have to know first of all in a proc report. How to use a column statement, define statement, compute statements. Okay. Okay. So that's it from my end. Yeah. Thank you. No doubts?
Recording stopped.
I'll send the notes. Okay. Thank you. Thanks everyone.